Hi, this is Alex from phpacademy.org with a video tutorial for the new Boston. In this tutorial we're going to look at jQuery toggle and actually toggling and we're going to be performing an action depending on when the button is clicked. So for example we're going to use a link. Now let's go ahead and create a link in our markup, and I'm going to write in here press me, or click me would be more appropriate. Okay, so inside the href we need a hash and we want to create an ID, and I'm just going to call this click me. Now what we're trying to achieve is when we click this, the first time we click it we are going to do something, and the second time we click it we're going to do something else. So let's go to our browser and preview this, and you'll see that we just have a link click me. When we click it at the moment it does nothing. So we need to create a handler that checks when first of all this is clicked. Oh, in fact no, we can just use the toggle. So when this is clicked we can append the event handler toggle, and this will do two things. The first thing it will do is show us something. The second time it will revert back, or it will show us something else. Then it will revert back to the first option. So let's go ahead and create a div underneath here, and we can give that an ID of click event. So once this is clicked we need to show an event and then another one and then revert back to the first one. And the toggle function actually allows you to show and hide elements, for example, simultaneously, so you can use the same button. However, in this tutorial we're just looking at the event. So this will show you how it works, and then later on we can use toggle to actually hide and show things in a later tutorial. So now we want to go ahead and create a new JavaScript file, and this is going to be called toggle.js, and we want to include that in our page as well. So we just copy and paste this down here and change this to toggle.js. Okay, so we want to add an toggle event handler to this click me. So let's go ahead and type $. In parentheses we need to reference it, which is click_me. Then we say .toggle. Now this time we're going to be creating two functions inside here as opposed to one as we've seen in previous tutorials. So we want to first of all create a function here with the block, and then we want to create another function here with another block. So let's just go ahead and pull this down, and the same with this one, so we can work in two different areas. So we've got here and here. Okay, so the first time we want to click the button, or we click the link, we want to display something. So we need to reference our click event div, and we're going to place some text inside of here. So let's go ahead and say click, see what I called it, event, click event .html, which is going to place some text inside of this div. Let's just say yes, and then we can go down here and choose to do the same thing. So click event and .html no. So now what's going to happen is when we click on the link here, we're going to use the toggle to first of all display yes in this click event div. Then we're going to display no the second time the user clicks on it. What will happen is when they click on it again, it will then display yes again. Now you may be wondering what use this might have. Well, if you had two different options, for example you wanted to say I don't know, display a link to say do you like jQuery, and you want to give the user the option to click it and change the value. I mean that's an odd example, but hopefully through this tutorial you'll see the functionality of it. So now that we've got click me, when we click it once you can see that we've displayed yes as we've seen in our code. When we click it again this now changes to no. So you can now see that when we click it a third time it changes back to yes. So essentially what we're doing is we're checking for the click of this, but we're toggling, so we're toggling between yes and no. So hopefully now you can see the advantage of being able to use this and a user easily being able to change an option, for example. This could, for example, be an option that the user might want to change within a settings area on a website. It has a variety of uses, and a wide variety of uses at that. So I'll leave it up to you as how you use this and how you interpret the uses it can have. However, for now, that is the toggle event handler in jQuery.